Facebook. Hi, I'm Gina Page. I'm the president and co-founder of AfricanAncestry.com. Welcome to our weekly Facebook Live where we let you know what's been going on over here at African Ancestry. I have a visitor this time who never smiles, and she's cracking up today. This is good. No, she smiles. This is Simone Jones. Simone is the newest member of the African Ancestry family. Woo! Hey! I was waiting for Simone for many years, and she was trying to get here for many years, and we finally connected. So I am sharing her with all of you. Simone is our data management expert. So she is responsible for making sure that you all get your results in a timely and high quality fashion. So we're very excited to have her, and she's so multi-dimensional. I'll tell you some more about Simone in a little while because we're going to reveal her results. She's been here, how long have you been here now?
Since November.
She's been here since November and still don't know where she's from. You got to put in some time before we give you a test kit around here. But I've had to hide the results from her. How do you hide the results from the data management expert? I hid them so well, actually, that's why we're starting late, because I couldn't find them because I had hidden them from Simone. Anyway, so I'm going to be revealing Simone's ancestry today. But first, I want to just give you a heads up about some things that we're going to be doing this month. We are going to Hartford, Connecticut on Saturday, this Saturday, the 11th, to do some African ancestry testing with some people at the Hartsford YMCA with Joanne Price of Fairview Capital. So we're very excited about that. Joanne is part of the African Ancestry family and was part of our road tour in 2010, when we went from New Orleans to New England. We stopped in Hartford. So I'm looking forward to seeing Joanne again. And then on March 18th, as you know, here in D.C., we're partnering with the Adinkra group. Shout out to Diallo Sumbri and his crew over there. We're going together to the Ankara's Bazaar that's going to be held on Saturday evening, or afternoon and evening. They call it a sip, shop, and swag event. So there's going to be fashion shows. We're going to do some reveals there. Ankara everything. I know that Simply Cecily will be there with her beautiful designs. I'm pretty sure that Ankara Streets will be there. So hopefully you'll come through. We're also giving away, there's a raffle, a free raffle for a trip to Ghana and South Africa, courtesy of the Adinkra group. And so if you stop by our table, you'll be able to enter into the drawing for that free trip. So that's what we're doing this month so far. We'll be in Atlanta in April, so more to come on that. We'll be in Seattle in April, more to come on that. That's what we're doing here in June. Lord have mercy. That's what we're doing here in March. See, that's why I have Simone and Ty. Maybe we'll make Ty sit on this couch next time. She tried to be a producer, telling me what to say and all that. So make her come and be on this side. But shout out to Ty Brooks. She's our social media manager. She does a fantastic job. So I'm not political. I barely follow the news. I get my news from my people in the office. They tell me what's going on. But one of our African Ancestry family members made a comment recently that everyone is pressing me to address. And that would be Dr. Ben Carson. Yes, he is a member of the African Ancestry family, believe it or not. And so he made a comment that enslaved Africans were immigrants. And so I am going to just give you a list of reasons why African Ancestry believes that enslaved Africans were not immigrants. And Simone,
and I'm going to share this.
Please feel free to. Are your friends watching?
I'm going to share this with my friends.
Okay, so Simone's getting her friends on. She's got way more friends than I do. Simone's no joke. What are you, the shy peacock? She's
Yes.
the shypeacock.com, and she's going to South by Southwest. Her blog got, your podcast. What's the podcast called?
Retroscope.
Retroscope, one out of all these hundreds of thousands of podcasts. So she and her partner are going to broadcast from South by Southwest on Saturday.
Saturday from 5 to 6.
5 to 6, March 10th?
March 11th.
March 11th. Mm-hmm.
And
So,
it's the day before my birthday, too.
oh, it's your birthday too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, we're kicking off the birthday celebration. So you gotta check Simone and the retrospect out. Did I say
Retroscope.
that? Simone, tell them who you are. I'm not doing it. It's not on my notes.
But you're supposed to do me.
I know.
It's the Retroscope podcast. It's myself and my co-host Brian Gosa, which I'll tag him when I share this video. And we'll be at the South by Southwest presenting our podcast, which is a distinctly Southern, Black perspective about current events. So Ben Carson will be.
Oh, okay. So yes, I'm adding to the
Yeah.
podcast. And you're from Birmingham, right?
Mhm.
She's straight out of Birmingham. She's an entrepreneur. She went to Tuskegee University. See, we're all Black up in here. We don't play. Okay. Anyway, so here are the African ancestry reasons why enslaved Africans were not immigrants. Number one, immigrants come here voluntarily for a better life, and they have hopes and they have dreams. Enslaved Africans, we were kidnapped from our homes, and we were brought here basically with a sense of hopelessness against our will. We were not immigrants. Reason number two, immigrants are encouraged and supported to maintain their cultures. We know all about, I say this in every presentation, we know about Italian Americans, we know about Russian Americans, we know about Mexican Americans. We lost everything. And the main thing, all of those things that we lost contributed to our identity theft. So we had to remake a culture, basically.
We're still making it.
We're still making a culture, which is why African Ancestry exists, to help you learn more about who you are. The third reason, immigrants are free. How about that? Slaves were legal property. Enslaved Africans were not free. Number four, immigrants were paid. They were able to start businesses. We were not paid. We were free labor. And we are the reason America is great. How about that? Number five, immigrants were and are respected and treated with dignity. Enslaved Africans were stripped of all sense of self, all sense of dignity, and were never afforded respect. Number six, this one's kind of deep. Yeah. Immigrants chose their bed partners. Enslaved African women had no choice in who they laid down with, for lack of a better term. Men too. How about that? How about that? Number seven, this is the last one. There are more, and I look forward to you adding to the list. Shout out to Bayla, who's looking. Bayla, add something to the list for me. The last one, immigrants are considered human beings. Enslaved Africans were considered 3/5 of a person. We were not immigrants. Okay. That's the politics. Jason Snipes, welcome. Yeah, so that's how we feel about it. I'd love to hear your comments about other reasons why enslaved Africans were not immigrants. And let's keep the list going, because there are many. Okay, so on to the good stuff. So a few weeks ago, Simone Jones finally took the test. I would ask her what motivated her, but she didn't really have a choice, because if you work here, you have to know where you're from. And for those of you who are just joining us, this is Simone Jones, the newest member of the African Ancestry family, a.k.a. the Shy Peacock, a.k.a. South by Southwest podcast, broadcaster, Retroscope. But Simone, how about we talk about what attracted you to come to African Ancestry in the first place?
Well, I mean, the work. Everything that I've ever done has been about Black people in some way, shape, or form. Like you mentioned, I was an entrepreneur, owned a Black bookstore, named after my son, 4 kids in the area to understand history and understand the importance of African American and African history. So this was just an opportunity for me to use my data experience with what I'm passionate about. And so I've been following for a while, and I mean, I feel like one of the biggest issues we have in the African American culture or in our community is a lack of identity. So you're addressing that.
That's right. We're addressing that. We're so happy to have you. So where do you think you're from?
You know, I work here, so it's a little...
You can still have an idea, or not. You might not.
Well, Ty made me take a picture earlier, so I chose Mali. Just because that's the first place my eye was drawn to on the map. But for the last few weeks, I've been trying to not think about what I want it to be.
Okay.
Because, you know, we work with people who kind of have an ideal or they kind of have a hope, and if it's something different, you know, you don't necessarily want to deal with that disappointment.
I know, right? They get devastated, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm not Native American?
Yeah. So.
Or I don't want to be Nigerian, or,
right.
You know, they say all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. So I didn't want to fall into that trap.
Okay. All right. Well, I did my best to keep it from you, but now the moment has arrived. So, Simone took the matriculaire test because that's the only test she could take to trace her ancestry specifically to a location. And this matriculaire test looks at your mother's 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 line. So this is the same for everybody in your family who comes from your great-grandmother on your mother's side, your grandmother, your mother, all your cousins. I know you got a lot of cousins, and yeah, you have a big family on that side, right? Plus, she has 3 beautiful boys. So,
and a niece, my sister.
Oh, right.
So this will apply to my niece too.
And your niece. So, these results right here are who your family is on one branch of the family tree.
I'm freaking out a little bit here. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Thomas Harris checked in. He's Mende and Mafa. You are welcome. Welcome to the African Ancestry family. Sierra Leone, Mende, and the Mafa in Cameroon. Our social manager, media manager's in the background posing. She's got on feathers and ostrich stuff, and she's doing all these Sierra Leone poses. So Simone, we did find your ancestry on the continent, which is why we're doing this in the first place. And I actually thought it was, from what I do know of you, I thought it was pretty fitting. So Simone, usually I'm the revolutionary in the office. You know, I'm the one who's like, we gotta fight the power and, you know, down with, well, we gotta fight the power and just all Black everything. And then Simone came, and she was equally, if not more, revolutionary, and that's part of her ancestry. So the other thing I thought was fitting for you, besides the revolutionary nature, is that a lot of the work that she does in her Shy Peacock world is focused on women and making sure that that we work together and that we support each other in whatever our endeavors are, and make sure we check for how we're talking to each other and how we're talking about each other. And am I capturing you?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So she's down for the sisters, and the group that she shares ancestry with, the group that you share ancestry with, has a secret society where the women come together to bring up girls in the way that they should go. And so it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the African Ancestry family officially as a descendant of the Mende people living in Sierra Leone today. Congratulations. Yes, you have a cousin over there. Ty Brooks is your cousin. Let me give you a hug.
Thank you.
You are officially family now. But the society is the Sandy Society, and that's where the Sierra Leonean women come together to raise up the girls. And so I thought that was particularly fitting. And then for those of you who don't know, go Simone, Christine. No, Charlene says go Simone. And Thomas says, hey cousin.
Hey.
Yeah, we're Simone's cousins. Y'all need to be representing all these African Ancestry family members we have everywhere. But the Mende, for those of you who don't know, were on the Amistad. So they weren't having it. They were turning the Fearless Mystic. Is that what?
That's the other one.
She's the Fearless Mystic. She got a whole bunch of personalities. What's the Fearless Mystic?
That's the one that's focused on women.
Oh, okay. All right. So Simone has been out with us to a couple of events, and she's had to wear an African Ancestry t-shirt because she didn't know her country. Like, see, I can always rock Nigeria. But now, Simone, here's your Sierra Leone t-shirt. So you can, now you have options.
I do.
Congratulations. So
Thank
tell us,
you.
how does it feel?
I'm really fighting back tears right now.
Oh, I was too, for real.
Yeah, because the ideal of me, like working with women, for women, when I figured that out, I felt like I figured out my calling and my destiny. And now this makes it even more important. Plus, I can share this with the girls in my family. You know, and then today is my favorite uncle's birthday, and he wants to know. You know, this comes from my grandmother, my mom. If you meet my grandmother, the person that just said something, Charlene, is I went to college with her, but other folks are watching who actually know my grandmother. Know that this is fitting. This is really fitting. So. I'm going to keep my thug tears to myself.
Oh, man, that's good, because I felt myself welling up, and I was like, okay, she's not going to cry, so I'm not going to cry.
This is cool.
It's more than you expect, right?
Yeah. So now it helps me relate to our customers a bit more, too. Because this is life-changing. Like, I'm already thinking about different things that I want to get into, and doing research is probably going to make that even more poignant. So, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. What do you say to those people who say, oh, well, that's just one small part of who you are? So this guy called last week, and he's like, well, you know, I don't know why I would take that test because it's only going to tell me a little bit. There's so much more to who I am. What do you say to them now that you know?
I think that's a lot of prep. They know me. It's just straightforward. Like, I think that's just an excuse to not go into who you are and really understand who you are as a person. And it's just like other ethnic groups. They know where they come from. They know why they do what they do. They know why they do what they do and why it's important. So, I mean, like I said, I was already sort of on a path of figuring out what my calling was. And this has just made it even more important. You know? So, and then I have 3 sons. And like I said, and a niece. And you know, all these people to share this information with, so.
Elder T.D. What'd you say?
And then have the Poro.
Oh, yeah, the Mende men, they have a society, too, called the Poro Society. Elder T.D. Lawrence said he wants to you want to find out yours. All you have to do is go to AfricanAncestry.com, and we got you. You can get the matriclan test and find out your maternal line like Simone. That comes back African 92% of the time. We also have a patriclan test that traces a paternal line, father to father to father. That one comes back African only 65% of the time. So I'm letting y'all know that now. If you take a patriclan test and it comes back non-African, don't call us up pissed off, because you already been warned that there's a chance.
And none reasons in that list.
Right, exactly. And none of us is 100% African.
No.
None of us in the diaspora. And so if you get one branch that goes back to Europe or the Middle East or Asia or wherever, that doesn't mean you're not black. Don't mean you don't have any African ancestry. Just means that that ancestor out of many was not African. But we're not worrying about that right now because we got a Sierra Leonean sister in the house. Simone Jones is the newest member of the African Ancestry family, and we just told her that her ancestry is Sierra Leone, and she didn't cry. I didn't cry. We made it. Shout out to Simone's family who's watching. Congratulations to all of you. Welcome to our family. You guys can get t-shirts now, so when Simone comes home, you all can have on your Sierra Leone t-shirt. Spring break. You going home for spring break? Spring break. You guys can have a Sierra Leone party. Anyway, so that's it. I've taken up enough of your time for today. The land of diamonds. James says the land of diamonds. Oh, wow. That's right. That's right. We got to make sure they're ethically sourced. Yes. Though. How about that? Yes. So thank you for joining us for our Facebook Live. We'll be back next Tuesday, same time, round about 2-ish. And I hope to have you join us there. Join us then. Same channel, same time, same bat station. And don't forget to come check us out at the Ankara Bazaar on Saturday, March 18th from 1 to 9. You can get more details on our Facebook page.